down into the right of way again. Here's our cultural heritage ribbon. And the trail goes underneath their boardwalk one more time. And you can clearly see that this is a well-defined trail. In a couple of years, with these trees gone,
It'll brush.
it'll brush.
Yeah.
We don't know if there's an encampment site right where the right-of-way buried that part of the trail.
Mm-hmm.
If there's bodies there, we don't know, because who did the AIA?
Mm-hmm.
Who did the archaeological investigation assessment to say, okay, we're going to build on top of that? And it's like putting a roadway on top of a grave site.
Mm-hmm.
In 2014, when I first brought this up with CGL, I said,
There you
your right of way can't go close to this trailway
go. Mm-hmm.
because there's people in there.
Yeah, I'm privy to none of that information, so. Yeah.
Well, I'm Sayu. Queese was a Sayu chief.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm allowed to say that story, because as a Sayu member, we're taught that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the crest that we have on our backs, they fought for that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're here.
So this is the trail right here, right? This is the trail right here? I'm standing on top of the Queese War Trail right now. Like they just put this right on top of the trail. It's important to a lot of us because a lot of our different nations came together. There was Gitsan warriors, Wetsuweten warriors. They all trained and they all came over here against this enemy we were uniting against that ended in Kitimat, people that no longer live there. Now it's the Haisla. This feels like a time of war or attack or invasion right now too, and they're destroying our history of resistance and of war and warriors. They're trying to destroy it. This whole territory is littered with arc sites and CMTs and the presence of the people, the ancestors who lived here. So there's no way you can avoid destroying it going through, and there's no way you can mitigate it when you have a gas pipeline coming through here. What we're really scared of is the actual remains, like human remains. This is a war trail. People died on the way there training. People died on the way back. People were buried on this territory, the ones that lived here and hunted here for thousands of years. So there's bones along this trail. And they're trying to protect it by putting these wooden things. Well, guess what? If a pipeline explodes, then these aren't gonna protect shit. We've already found bifaces from people occupying this area hundreds of years, like thousands of years ago, from hunting caribou. Then we've also found culturally modified trees from 50 years ago, 60, 70 years ago. So that occupation is continuous, and there's signs of that and remains of that, and that presence is still here. This is exactly what we were trying to stop in January, and for the last 150 years, and now they're doing it. And there's workers in here, like waving and saying hi, like they weren't escorted in by our CMP and they didn't point assault rifles in our face to get access to this territory. Helicopters flying over everywhere. There's workers going in and out. They've completely taken over. They don't have any regard for any of the other life here, including ours and our past lives of people who've lived here. So it makes me want to stop this. Like, they shouldn't have another inch of clearing.